Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, if you do, remember to give us a thumbs up, and we'd love to read your comments down below. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more.
Enjoy.
We thought we would give you guys a little bit of a boat tour, a different kind of boat tour. So this is our raft. It's an 18-foot raft, and there are 5 of them, and each boat is kind of divided and carries different things. So I'll show you what we have on our boat. Underneath these, there is a hatch. It opens this way. It's called rocket boxes in there, and there's one for each day. Our boat, we have days 9 through 15. And in each one, it's all the food packed for each day. For example, night 9, we'd have the dinner for night 9, breakfast for the next day, and lunch food for the next day in there. All the dry goods, anything that doesn't need to be refrigerated, and no produce. This box here, opens up. It's the breakfast resupply box. It's kind of like a dry box. And then under this flap here, we have a couple more rocket boxes. We have on our boat the major first aid kit, which is in a rocket box, one more regular one, and then a water jug. Each boat has a jerry jug full of water. Then back here, this is basically the seat for the rower, and it's also a giant cooler. Each boat has a different assigned cooler for different purposes. Ours is dairy, it was days 4 through, I think day 4 through the end. So we had like half and half in there, cheese, yogurt, sour cream, stuff like that. And with the cooler, we try and be really careful when we go shopping for meals. We try and only open it once because it's really hot down here, and the more you can keep it closed, the better. So we'll kind of know exactly what we want, open it up, grab it out, and shut it again really quickly. So these are dry bags back here. We have ours, and then we're carrying a couple other people's dry bags as well. And then underneath this hatch back here, we have a few other items. Chairs, we have the water filter. And then in the very back, we have another cooler, and that was meat for days 4 through 7. That's it. That's our boat. A little bit different than a sailboat. And it's a big project. Every night when we pull in, we get to unload everything, and then in the morning, reload it all. So it's definitely a team effort, and we have to make sure everything's strapped down really securely, because there's always a chance of flipping a raft, and we want everything to stay attached if that happens. With everything securely strapped down, we head downriver towards one of the biggest rapids on the Colorado, Lava Falls. About a mile before the rapid is a large block of basalt in the middle of the river known as Vulcan's Anvil. This rock, along with the falls, was created by a large lava flow many, many years ago. Today, rafters stop by Vulcan's Anvil to ask for good luck and leave offerings, hoping for a good run through the big rapid. Like many of the big rapids, just before arriving, we pull over to the side, hike up around, and take a look, scouting the rapid to plan our row through it.
Lava Falls Rapid.
Lava Falls, biggest, most feared rapid on the river, I'd say pretty easily.
Probably, yes. Yeah. Last of the nerves after this one, so hopefully we'll get through this all good.
Yeah.
Without any issues, and we'll have a great rest of the trip. 45-50 miles to go from here.
Yeah.
To where we take it.
It's day 13 today.
We go scout it.
Lucky 13. With a giant ledge hole at the top, lots of big waves, and some large rocks at the bottom, you definitely want to be prepared for this rapid.
Today was Lava Falls Day.
Lava Falls.
Successful.
Had a good run through there. We did 2 separate runs.
And now it's pretty much relaxed time. So we're at about mile 185. We are going to around, I don't remember, 226-ish, which is our takeout. And we've got another couple of days left for that.
Yeah. So just kind of a relaxed couple of days.
Yep. Taking in the last few moments of gorgeous canyon here that we're looking at. Absolutely beautiful canyon before we head back to Varuna. And it's been a good time, right? Did our fire line, we've got our camp up behind me there. So anyway, cheers everybody.
Yeah.
When we arrive in camp after a big day on the river, there's still lots of work to do before we relax. Working together, we can quickly unload all of the gear from the boats, set up our kitchen, our toilet, and make a temporary home for ourselves along this amazing river. At camp, we spent the evenings sharing stories, poems, and music.
There once was a boy named Gimme Some Roy. He was nothing like me or you till he heard of a cat named Baba Fats.
We're at the Whitmore archaeological site here. The Indian pictographs, I think. Yeah.
Along with these Paiute pictographs, we are told that a recent flood had revealed a rare depiction of the Hopi creation story.
The darker rock at the trail edge is like the dark world. One found a crystal, and it had a little bit of light in it. Brought the 2 crystals together, and it created light. And that was the light that they needed to see where they were going to ascend. And then that goes up higher into 3 figures like the multiplicity coming into the world.
While we are certainly not historians and cannot confirm the accuracy of this story, like so many of the special places in the Grand Canyon, we felt very lucky to be able to take it in and get a tiny glimpse into the past here. So I hiked up this canyon. We're at 202 Mile Camp. There's some more pictographs I checked out. And tried walking a little bit further up the canyon, but found these nice giant boulders blocking the way. So it's like cannot continue on from here. So I'll head back down, I guess, but it's nice and shady up here. Beautiful little side canyon. At camp, with an amazing group of 16 strangers turned friends, we enjoyed our time unplugged from the routine of our everyday lives. We were lucky enough to be on this trip with Russell, who had a lot of history in the canyon.
Yeah, so the river running tradition in our family has been there since my dad, and I really have great gratitude for what our families bring us. I think for me there was that sense of doing something that was a little bit not so much the early pioneers, because my dad and people before him really kind of pioneered the whole river running business, kind of making it commercial. But we kind of felt like we were the next generation, They closed the gates of the dam in 62, 63, and then we were there less than a decade later. So there was, in all seriousness, this feeling of kind of being in, one of the coolest places to do whitewater, because the industry wasn't that developed. Got to work in the Grand Canyon National Park, and how cool was that? Hike and show people one of the most beautiful places on earth, and adventure, and also people seemed changed at the end of the trip. The passengers, the outdoors, in the wilderness, there's something special that happens. you know, you're out in the wild. You're not locked up in a city or in an office. So we try not to lose sight of what this river life and water. There's something real magical about. Yeah, I think once in a while you would catch yourself looking up at the canyon walls or sitting down at night and seeing the moon rise, and the quiet and the peacefulness and the sacredness of this space, just realizing, oh my gosh, because it was second home. But you know, once in a while you'd sort of wake up, you get used to it, and then you get pinched and go, wake up and realize where you are. So just the it's just the magic of it all, and you just get immersed in the whole specialness of it. And it's a lot of work, I'm sure, and there are challenges, but for us, even though it's a lot of hard work, and Deborah says these are working vacations. I mean, it's just a lot of work, but then there's that part of satisfaction.
We're going to take a visit to the bathroom. Show you how that works. This here is a hand washing station, and that is the doorway there, log of wood, indicating it is occupied. We're going to walk down the trail here, try and put the groover, as it's called, or the toilet, potty, in the most beautiful spot. Here it is right here. So we've got the our porto bin, which carries our toilet seat and supplies, some powdered bleach, toilet paper, all the cleaning stuff in there. The red buckets are containing the waste, so we have like 4 or 5 of those for the whole trip. Toilet seat, and then a yellow pee bucket, because all the pee has to go in the river. It's the only thing that doesn't get carried out. Pretty much everything else created by us down here is removed, but the yellow pee bucket, which makes it easier to not fall in the river while peeing, and that just gets dumped in the river when we're done cleaning up here this morning. And then there's that view. Not a bad place to go to the loo, I'd say.
Taking in all of the beauty that this river has to offer, today we took in some of the amazing natural formations.
So we are at Pumpkin Springs. This is a little hot spring type thing. It's not
Sulphurous
something
spring.
you'd want to swim in, but
Yeah,
it's cool
pretty.
looking.
It looks cool.
We're going to check that out. It's very sulfury smelling, bubbly.
Hiking back upriver from Pumpkin Springs, we took in some incredible rock formations, which we can only imagine were carved from the force of the water swirling.
That's fun.
Camp around 220
Yeah.
river mile. That'll give us 6 miles tomorrow.
Yep. And then we're done.
Yep, back to the
Wow.
city.
Day 16. All done. Last
Diamond
day
Creek.
today, yeah.
And de-rigging.
6 miles to Diamond Creek, and then we get to unpack everything one last time. Deflate the boats, and it's the end.
So up ahead there, that is Diamond Peak. And that is the elevation that we started with back at Lee's Ferry. It's a bit of a surreal feeling pulling into Diamond Creek after 16 days, having rode 226 miles, while getting to know a group of 16 people, working hard, working together, and experiencing a very beautiful place with so much history.
All finished unloading, loading the last time, and
Shoes back on, partially, mostly clothed.
yep, and it's time to say goodbye to the Colorado River.
Yep. Until next time.
Till next time.
226 miles later.
Yeah.
We feel so lucky to have been a part of this trip and to share it with all of you. If you want to see the trip from the beginning, be sure to check out our earlier episodes. And please subscribe as well. Next week, we'll be back out exploring by sailboat. Thanks, as always, for watching, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments or to get a thumbs up. Until next time, bye.